You're listening to Beyond Education, the podcast where we rethink how we learn, lead, and grow in today's world. I'm your host, Monica, and today we're tackling a topic that's near and dear to many of us, especially if you've ever found yourself stuck in a never-ending slideshow, wondering if corporate training was designed more for box ticking than actual learning. So let's talk about it. What do most organizations get wrong about learning, and what can we do better? Let me paint a picture for you. You get an email titled Mandatory Training Calendar Invite. You sigh, click accept, and when the day arrives, you shuffle into a room with flickering lights, a stale projector, and a sandwich that somehow manages to be both dry and soggy. Up front, there's a presenter reading off slides. Each bullet point lands with a thud. You glance at the clock, it's been 8 minutes. And somewhere between slide 7 and the too mayo-heavy turkey wrap, you wonder, is this what learning is supposed to feel like? Honestly, no. And that's the point. Because what so many organizations get wrong is this. They treat learning like a car maintenance. It's scheduled, it's standardized, it's something to check off a list once a quarter, right next to update password and complete compliance module. But here's the truth, no one likes to say out loud. Humans aren't machines. We don't get optimized with one information dump and a digital badge. We grow when we care. We learn when something matters. Not when a quarterly training tells us it's time, but when our curiosity, our challenges, our lives tell us we're ready. And yet, the learning programs in most companies, they haven't caught up. But here's the exciting part. Some companies have caught on. The ones leading real transformation aren't just tweaking their old programs, they're doing something radically different. They're stepping out of the training event mindset and stepping into something much deeper. They're building learning cultures. And let me tell you, in those cultures, learning doesn't wait for the next calendar invite. It happens every single day in the flow of work, in conversations, in messy experimentation, in those aha moments during coffee breaks. Imagine this, a team finishes a project and instead of jumping into the next, they pause, not just to high-five success, but to ask, what did we learn from this? Or a manager, instead of only tracking KPIs, says, what stretched you this week? What's one thing you'd do differently next time? Or a peer Slack channel where someone shares a mistake and 5 others respond with ideas, not judgment. That's what a learning culture looks like. It's alive, it breathes. It's not something that happens once a year in a windowless room. It's embedded in the way we work. And here's the beautiful part. The research backs this up. Organizations that empower people to drive their own learning see higher engagement, better performance, stronger retention, and, not surprisingly, more innovation. Because when people learn because they're curious, not just compliant, something shifts. They don't just memorize, they integrate, they adapt. They don't just complete a module, they grow, and growth is contagious. So here's what I want to ask you, gently but honestly. In your company, are you offering training or are you cultivating growth? Are your people being developed or are they being inspired? Because there's a big difference between checking a training box and building a culture where learning is part of the rhythm of everyday life. And let's be clear, this doesn't mean scheduling more trainings. It means reimagining how we define learning in the first place. So if you ever sat through one of those trainings and thought, there's gotta be a better way, you're right. And if you're someone who cares deeply about creating workspaces where people thrive, not just survive, then this conversation is for you. Because the future of work, it won't be powered by passive compliance. It will be powered by continuous learning, by cultures that grow people, by companies that understand learning isn't a one-time event, it's a way of being. And the best part? You don't need to wait for permission to start shaping that future. One reflection, one conversation, one shift at a time. Thanks for tuning in to Beyond Education. If this episode sparked something for you, an idea, a question, or even a quiet, "Yep, I've been there," I'd love to hear about it. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram, or explore more tools and reflections at metamonica.com. And if you're part of an organization ready to rethink how workplace learning is done, stay tuned, because we'll keep exploring how to turn information into transformation. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep growing. Let's build something better together.